Today we're looking at the new update for Master Duel as of August 8th, and this is just going to be providing the basic information. We're only here to watch Zeus blow stuff up. New features and quality of life updates include a number of updates which have been introduced with version 2.0.0 of Master Duel. Nibiru, the primal being, now displays a counter of how many monsters have been special summoned by your opponent so far. This is good as it gives you an idea as to when you can Nibiru at the very first stage. For example, the second that your opponent has 5 cards that they've summoned, it means that you can start from that point, or you can choose to wait and get rid of more of their cards. When a player's deck has 10 cards or less, the remaining number of cards will be displayed on top of their deck. I think this is really good in certain circumstances, such as when facing off against things such as Runic, as that is a deck that pretty much devastates your opponent's deck. It is a massive problem for other decks as well, those that like to pitch various cards, and it at least gives you a little bit of an indicator of how close you are within the duel to it either going in your favour if it's your opponent who's losing out on cards, or against you if it's you who's losing out on those cards. When a monster is link or synchro summoned, effects gained by using certain monsters as materials will now be displayed at the top right of the screen, similar to how Maxi or Droll and Mockbird applied. I think this is quite useful, and I think it comes about very similar to, with the new Raid Raptors, there is the rank 5 which can boost if it's underneath that monster, like 100 points times the rank of that monster. And therefore it's useful to see where is that effect applying from, where is it coming from, because in a longer duel, unless you're specifically running that archetype, you may not be familiar with it if you've not faced it that many times. And so it kind of answers those questions without thinking, oh, what's happening here? Why is this happening? It says here that there are going to be more cancel options for certain pop-ups and using double clicking or double tapping to confirm in certain situations. I would assume this is a lot to do with the dueling because you have a very set amount of time in order for you to take your turn. If you have a very combo-centric deck, which requires you to go through 30/stages to bring out all your synchro, link, exceeds, etc. onto the field, knowing when you can cancel various things because you just don't need to know, you kind of know how it works, is a great idea. A boost generate mode to generate more than 3 copies of a card, up to 99 at once. I don't necessarily understand why you want to do this, as you can use those cards that you create within multiple decks. It's not like you have to craft 3 of them and then it has to run in that one set specific deck that you have. They can be put into the other decks. So I just don't understand the point of doing that. If anyone understands, put those in the comments down below. Maybe it's to get higher rarities if you're trying to generate those. And maybe that's just an easier way that some of the player base has been asking for if they want higher upgrades of cards. You can now choose the perspective of either player A or B for dual live matches. So these are the rematches that you have. And you can also check and copy the decks used by either player. You can also watch duels involving cards included in a certain selection pack, starting with the current one, which is Wings of the Guardian. So that's the Raid Raptors pack. That's quite nice, as it allows you to see whichever perspective you want to for that duel. Maybe one player's running a particular deck that you favour, and you much rather see what they're doing and see how to implement that within your own strategy. And it also means that you can see duels involving the certain packs, so you can know, okay, this archetype is in said pack, so I want to be focusing on crafting cards from this pack, or it gives you kind of an understanding of where those cards are. I know there are other websites like the Master Duel Meta which help you to do that as well, but this is just another example of how I think Konami is trying to get you into this without requiring you to go into too much effort into outside of the platform. The MD proficiency test now allows for the practical exam conditions to be completed in casual matches. That's fantastic, as it means that you're able to get through those tests without going into highly competitive duels against opponents around the world. The academic exams now also display more clearly which answer you selected, which one is the correct answer, and which were the remaining options. So this also makes it easier to go through those stages. You can now choose to play the music for your duel field instead of your opponent's duel field. This may be overridden for certain events. So this is actually also useful, as in the past you are required to specifically listen to your opponents. Now you have a choice. And there are various new animations. So for example, the one they showed, which is a YouTube video, has the Scar Red Dragon Archfiend, so you've got the one for the double A Zeus, and you've got the Shooting Quasar Dragon, which is quite decent. It has here as well the Dragon Master Magi, that's another example. And furthermore, you've got the Crimson Dragon, so that's good. Its effect lets you use it to wipe the field resolves, very similar to ones of its attacks displayed in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Chronicles animation. There will be a new Duelist Cup, which has been announced, and this will run from September 18th to the 30th of September within the applied time zones, so it's based on where you are. And there are new grades that have been added for the proficiency test. So grades 16 to 20 have been added to the test, and they'll be updating as the grades are unlocked. So grade 16, the academic exam is to answer 5 out of 8 questions correctly. The practical exam is to activate 100 spell cards, and your reward is 5 legacy pack tickets. Grade 17, the academic exam is to answer 5 out of 8 questions correctly. The practical exam is to win a duel while your life points are 2,000 or less 5 times, and the reward is 2 legacy pack tickets. The grade 18 is not specific, they haven't yet covered that, so we'll find out what that is later on. But the reward is to have an Xyz monster card mate base. The grade 19, the reward is Nibiru, the Primal Being icon, and they have yet to feature what grade 20 is. There is the stand inspired by cards that have ranks instead of levels. These cards are inscribed with fragments of memories and new powers. When cards are stacked upon each other, they bring out the potential of the monsters. So this is the C's equivalent to the Synchro one. There is the Nibiru, an icon depicting a massive meteorite hurtling down from space. Inside a crystalline material, a creature-like form can be seen. And there is the 70 million downloads campaign. By logging in across 8 days before September 24th, you can obtain the following rewards. Day 1, 300 gems. Day 2, 1 Wings of the Guardian pack ticket, which has a guaranteed SR. Day 3 is 200 gems. Day 4, 1 Wings of the Guardian pack ticket. Day 5, 200 gems. Day 6, 1 Wings of the Guardian pack ticket. Day 7, 200 gems. And Day 8, 100 gems, for a total of 1,000 gems. There are also alternative art cards. There are alternative art versions of 5 cards which have been introduced, including the one that you're seeing on screen right now, which is the Stardust Dragon. Another example is the Giant Warrior. You have Tuning, so these are all synchro-based support cards. The L Shadow Construct, which is a fusion monster for the Shadow archetype, and you've got L Shadow Winder. The Shadow cards can be obtained from the secret pack Enchanted Threads of Shade, while the remaining cards can be obtained through a number of secret packs. But most notably, the new secret pack evoked Dragon of Miracles. Both of these secret packs will be unlocked until October 10th, and until then you can obtain 1 pack of each for free. So here are the various lists of cards that you can obtain. These are the cards in the Ultra Rare. There's 9 cards of that. There are 11 of the secret rares. Most of these you'll probably have already if you're fans of Synchro era cards. You have the rares, there are 12 of these cards, and you have 11 of the basically normal cards. In terms of the new accessories, there is a new wallpaper for the boss monster for the Raid Raptors. This is Raid Raptor Rising Rebellion. Having evolved into a transcendent form, this Iron-Willed Falcon spreads out its wings of rebellion. Oh, Falcon who emerges from pitch black, flap your eternal wings and rebel once again. This will cost you 250 gems. And there is the new mate space, which is a barrier of the voiceless voice. Makes sense since the voiceless voice, pretty much the archetype was introduced all at the same point. A stand inspired by the circle formations of the voiceless prayer. It's almost as if you can feel the force of the light barrier, which has been blessed with the Dragon Lord's power. It costs 100 gems, and you've got new protector sleeves, which are shadow fusion based. These are protectors depicting monsters fusing amid strangely glittering black gems for those who have been seduced by the already departed, priced at 100 gems. And you've got a new icon which is Lower the Prayers of the Voiceless Voice, an icon depicting a pious girl changed with mission. Together with a taciturn guardian, she journeys on whilst surmounting numerous hurdles. This is priced at 50 gems. And of course we have the new selection pack, Wings of the Guardian. This one has 62 days as of the point of recording, but now it's probably closer to 50-something days. Take flight from Jet Black Darkness. Raid Raptor Rising Rebellion Falcon joins the fight. A new Raid Raptor ace transcending all limits. Witness the arrival of the ancestral magic dragons of the Ice Barrier, so the Lancia Ancestral Dragon of the Ice Mountain, as well as Voiceless Voice, a new for that bestows miracles through prayer and more. You get hands on plenty of other cards with unrivaled power, such as Enigmaster Packfit, that controls monsters in the spell and trap zones, Revel with wings as eternal as heaven and earth and seas victory. There are a total of 13 ultra rares. So you've got here, which is the boss monster for the Raid Raptors. You've got the normal Trishula, the Dragon of Ice Barrier. That's fine because most likely you would have got that in the dedicated Ice Barrier pack. You've got that new Cyverse monster, the Enigmaster 6-packet. You have the new Ice Barrier Dragon, so that's brand new. You're going to have to get it from there. The Voiceless Voice Guardian card is fine. That's a new card. That card here, which is the Diviner card, that isn't needed because you most likely would have already got it. Rescue Hedgehog is new. This Raid Raptor is new. Low is new. All of the Voiceless Voice stuff here, so basically everything on this list except for this one, which is a Mirror Mage Ice Barrier card, is brand new and specific to the archetype. This is brand new for the Ice Barrier archetype as we go. So here we have the secret rares. The cards I would say you need to avoid in this list. Most likely you would have already got the Force Tricks. That's already is pretty easy to have obtained. This is a new card, so you're going to need at least a couple of copies of this. This White Aura Whale you will have already got because it's already been in the packs before. This is a brand new version of Brown. That's a new card. This is a new White Aura monster, so that being new is well, you're going to have to get it. Fire Lamp is new. This is another Voiceless Voice card. This Goatee's already been shown. This is a new card. This is a new White Aura card. There's two cards which are for the Guardian archetype, so that's Gate Guardian, that Sangha Sujin Kazjin. This is Dark Guardian, and it's Summoning card, which is the Dark Element. This is a new Goatee card. This is a new Ice Barrier card. This is a reprint card. Let's see. These two cards there, as I just moved down the screen, those are brand new. So one of them is the new Rank Up card, which helps you to bring out the rank 13. The other one is a card which actually helps you to recover cards, as well as search for one of your Raid Raptor cards. The other card here, this one is another White Aura card. You've got a Voiceless Voice card, another White Aura card, and this is a Voiceless Voice, and this is an Ice Barrier card. So all of those are brand new, you're going to need them. In terms of this one, less so needing, as I believe pretty much most of these cards you'll have. The White Aura, right, so I'm actually going to take the webcam off so you can just see it. White Aura Dolphin is, you already got that. The Ice Barriers, this one, pretty much this line of cards you've already got. These cards you've pretty much got as well. This is what I think is the only new card on that line. The cards on this final line, I think this card, and this card are the only new cards out of there. Everything else is pretty much just repeats. So the rares, you don't have too many you need to look out for. And in terms of the normal cards, you have this line, you pretty much got all of those cards. Those have already easy access for. These cards here, the one you're missing is, I think, this Goatee card and this Raid Raptor, this White Aura card, which is the White Sunfish. The final line, this card here, which is Voiceless Voice, that's needed. This weird kind of can-looking creature is also one that you don't have. And I think pretty much everything else you got there, so that's not an issue. Let's see, is there any more information? Okay, so all the following cards have been stealth added to the Legacy Pack, so these cards are all instant access, you don't have any issues. So this is a secret rare, it's called Junk Mail. It's a warrior tuner effect monster. A synchro monster that uses this card as a material cannot be destroyed by battle, so it does provide battle protection. If this card is in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, and you control a Synchron monster with Warrior, Synchron, or Stardust in its original name, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect of Junk Mail once per turn. It's a decent tuner monster, and it provides a different level of protection for your monsters that are synchro summoned using it. There is another one which was used by Jack Atlas, which was like a Guardian card. It had the ability to protect your monsters from being destroyed by battle, but you did have to give 800 life points, 800 attack points of that monster in order to keep it alive. We have the Fishbowl Harpooner. This is a level 4 fish tuner effect monster. You can reveal this card and one water monster in your hand, special summon one of them, and discard the other. You can only use this effect of Fishbowl Harpooner once per turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard as material for a water synchro monster, you can negate the effect of one effect monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn. The fish archetype, there's basically a sub-archetype of fish-type monsters. They're all tuna monsters. You have a level 1, a 2, a 3, and now a 4, and I think this is the most modern version. Pretty easy to bring out just by revealing this and another water monster. You're able to special summon either this card or the other one, and then the other card happens to be discarded. This can work alongside with the Atlanteans, as when they're discarded for the effect of a water monster, they then have their own effects which trigger, including destruction-based effects. Those can destroy monsters or destroy spell and trap cards. When this card is sent to the graveyard for a material as a water synchro monster, you just are able to shut down the effects of one of your opponent's effect monsters for the rest of that turn, so it has additional advantage. Here is a rare card, and this is called Junk Dragonlet. It's a level 5 attribute machine type effect monster with 2100 attack and 1800 defense. If you control a synchro monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon a Junk Dragonlet once per turn this way. When a synchro monster you control declares an attack, you can banish this card from your graveyard. That monster you control gains 800 attack until the end of this turn. You can only use this effect of Junk Dragonlet once per turn. It's a decent effect and it provides a little boost for your synchro monsters. However, it is only a once kind of type of effect, as unless you are able to recover the card, it's pretty difficult to bring back. Bear in mind as well that whilst it's on the field, it's not really doing anything, that it can be used as support for maybe rank 5 play. Burgundy, the Magical Elf, is a rare card. It's a Dark Attribute spellcaster at level 4 with 1600 attack and 1400 defense. If a card is discarded from your opponent's hand by card effect, except during a damage step, you can inflict 400 damage to your opponent for each carded. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can discard one random card from your opponent's hand. You can only use each effect of Burgundy, the Magic Elf, once per turn. I like the design on this because it's very intrinsic as to what it does. It's very clear in what it does. It can be instantly doing 400 points of burn damage for each card your opponent discards, and instantly when this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, it just randomly discards one random card from your opponent's hand. This can be used as a part of a strategy to make your opponent be handless, and unless they're playing an Infernity type deck, that's usually a disadvantage as they need the resources. So overall, I think these updates are quite nice. I love all of them. I like got secret cards that have been introduced into the decks and into the packs, and I love the new Raid Raptor support. Is there anything you particularly like from the set, and what cards are you trying to craft and get to? As always, I'd like for you to put those in the comments down below, like the video if you enjoyed it, and make sure to subscribe for more notifications for my videos. Thanks.